Welcome to the Daily Review. This is Fed Razak, Senior Trading Strategist here at CMTrading. And today is November 30th, 2023, and today is Thursday morning. So looking at the highlights of the day, we're watching gold continue to climb higher. But first, looking at today's major economic events. So at 3:30 South African time, we have a Core PCE Price Index number coming out. It is another type of inflationary report, so it is important. Now looking at the various markets, starting out with the Forex symbols, the major pairs really advance but then stall. So they're stalling right now. It means that it's just a pause. And looking at the indices, both the Dow Jones and the NASDAQ inching higher in pre-market. And looking obviously at commodities, gold pushing higher, while oil just remaining unchanged for the most part. Now looking at the stocks, tech stock took a bit of a breather, but everything else kind of inched higher. And lastly, looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin retraces back to its very tight support level. So let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So here we go. First with the Euro USD, just tapering off. We're starting out with a weekly chart. So keep in mind that we did extend higher yesterday, almost hitting a little bit above 10 and staying above it, but we couldn't hold it through and we're breaking back below 10. And so we're about 70 pips below, but there's activity in it for the first time in a long time. You know, for the euro to actually be active over, I would say, the past year, it's really been active. So there has been some potential in it. Now, it's good to know where our top is. And we did go further than I thought we were going to go. The most likely place that I thought we were going to go to was about 108-ish level, 109-ish level, but we did break above it. And so there is an extension there as well. Now looking at the GBP USD, same thing, did retrace just a tad. Now, before we do the Dow Jones, let's take a look at gold. So gold is pushing higher, 2040 right now, and it continues and almost hitting its highs yesterday, almost hitting its highs yesterday, but then now it's retracing. Okay, so we are in resistance-ish level at this level. So keep that in mind, that we may see just a retracement here, and as quickly as we went up, we could go down. But what is exciting right here is that it's trading. It's really trading. There is some activity in it, so you want to definitely be part of it, okay, especially if there are some big movements on it. Now look at crude oil, not doing much, $78. So it did advance just a little bit, so I shouldn't really call it that it's unchanged, but really for all intents and purposes, not doing much, at least for this area, until we see some bigger activity. Now looking at the US markets, look at this. The Dow Jones just inching higher every single day, almost. Okay, look at that. We're looking at a daily chart, and it is continuing to inch higher. What's interesting, it's not the tech stocks that pushed higher. It's old school. It's banks. We're going to take a look at that. And look at NASDAQ. It did inch higher, but not as much. Okay, so let's take a look at it. We're looking at Bank of America pushing higher. All of a sudden, it comes back into life. JP Morgan also advancing yesterday. Not as much as I thought it would, but it's still advanced as well. So Microsoft did not. It took a little bit of a breather. Okay, if we look at Facebook, also took a bit of a breather. Okay, which is okay. There should be some red days in an upwards trend, but overall, you want to see it continue higher. So what does this mean? This means it's just market activity in the market. There's some pullbacks. And you want to look for these pullbacks as indications whether or not it's going to be a correction or if it's going to continue just coming as a pullback, just normal any other pullback that happens in an upwards trend. Now, lastly, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin retracing to its supportish level. Now, the reason I call it supportish level is because this is really very, very tight range. 38,400 to 36,500, a 2,000 ranging item for Bitcoin is quite tight. Okay, if we look at it on a weekly chart, you can see a little bit better. Those last 3 weeks have been very, very tight. Now it does look like I want to go higher, but it's got to really come through for us to really jump into it. This is Fed Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.